One of the challenges that we come up with in trial advocacy is actually having students perform a skill, learn a skill, in the form of a drill. And not just a drill that they can do in trial advocacy class, but a drill that they can actually perform on their own or perform with teaching assistants. So you can ensure that a whole class or a whole group of students can actually acquire the skill or practice the skill such that they're proficient in it at the end of the semester. One of the ways that we've come up with to test two such skills is using a board like this. We actually reduce testimony, desired trial testimony that we want to elicit from a witness, into bullets. And this not only represents what I want to get from the witness, but it also, as you can see, represents the prior testimony. On July 16th of this current year, the witness said this. So if you think about it, on cross-examination, using leading questions and short, clear, crisp leading questions to get at this information, I can proceed on cross-examination by going down the bulleted list. And I can test a critical skill in cross-examination, that is, impeachment by prior and consistent statements. So I'll take up these bullets while the witness is standing right in front of it. I'll take up these bullets on cross with leading questions. And inevitably, I'll get to a question like this one. You arrived at the room just before 1 p.m. and the witness will give an inconsistent statement. No, actually, I arrived just after 1 p.m. From there, we go into our process that we teach about prior and consistent statements. How you'd actually go through and commit them to the testimony they've offered today. How you credit the prior testimony that's on the board behind them. And how ultimately you confront them with the difference and show that somebody said something, two different things on different days. So you can actually use a drill to teach prior and consistent statements by using this bulleted format of the prior testimony. And more important for me, not only do you want to show the skill and get comfortable with the skill and exercise the skill, but then you want to return to the testimony and go to the next bullet. How do you return seamlessly to your cross-examination after you go through an impeachment by prior and consistent statement? Well, that's one usage of this board. The other is on direct examination. On direct examination, one of the things that I want to test as an advocacy professor is refreshing recollection. So I'll have that same student advocate with the same witness proceed as if on direct examination now. Now this is the information that they want to elicit from their witness consistent with this prior statement, but on direct. So we want open-ended questions, and we want to get at this information through open-ended questions where the witness is providing the answers. And inevitably, to teach the drill of refreshing recollection, we're going down the list of open-ended questions and answers from a witness, and we get to, when did you arrive at the room? The trigger for refreshing recollection is an answer from the witness of, I don't remember. So the advocacy professor or the student who is leading the drill for another student says, I don't remember playing the witness. And that triggers that process of going into refreshing recollection. Again, you go through the process of asking them if that prior statement would assist their memory. You show them that particular line, and we have a handout that reflects this exact same thing for the prior testimony. They go back to and they say, yes, my memory is refreshed. Use it to offer the information that they could not remember in the first place. And then, again, on direct examination, return seamlessly to the next bullet. So with one bulleted page of prior testimony, taking out the idea of what we want to elicit, taking that out of the drill, you can get out on cross-examination, impeachment by prior and consistent statement, but you can also get at, on direct examination, refreshing recollection. And we're going to see a demonstration of how we use this drill right now.
On January 16th, 2012, you were at Golden Gate University.
Yes, I was.
You were going to your trial advocacy class.
That's right.
You arrived just before 1 p.m.
I arrived at 2 p.m. actually.
So your testimony today that you arrived at 2 p.m.?
Yes, 2.
Not 1 p.m.
No, 2 p.m.
This isn't the first time you've been asked questions about this.
No, it's not.
In fact, you gave a deposition.
I did.
And that deposition was closer in time to the incident than your testimony here today.
Yes, it was.
And at that deposition, you were under oath.
I was.
And that's the oath to tell the truth?
Yes, it is.
The same oath that you're under here today.
Yes.
And at the deposition, you were asked questions and you had the opportunity to answer.
Yes, I did.
Referring court and counsel to page 1 of Ms. Hanson's deposition, specifically lines 5 and 6, isn't it true that you were asked the following question and gave the following answer? Question: what time did you arrive at class? Answer: just before 1 p.m. Did I read that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Toby and Brandon were already there.
They were.
Toby hit Brandon
He did.
with his evidence book.
He hit him with a bat.
Is it your testimony that Toby hit Brandon with a bat,
Yes.
not his evidence book?
No, it definitely was a bat.